Hi, my name is Dr. Krista Jordan, and I'm a clinical psychologist in private practice here in Austin, Texas. And I'm trying to put some videos out on my webpage where I can cover some concepts that have been useful to clients of mine over the years. So today we're going to talk about something called a mother pie. And this is my little visual aid. A mother pie is representative of the different functions that we tend to associate with moms. So when we think of what are sort of the things that moms routinely do, well, if we're playing outside and we skin our knee, we're likely to go in and jump up on mom and get a hug. So that would be a source of comfort. Also, moms often are our cheerleaders. So if we want to try out for the school play, mom may rehearse our lines with us and give us a pep talk, and so that would be a cheerleader piece of the mother pie. So a mother pie has different functions that we tend to associate with motherhood. Not to leave dads out. Dads have their own pie of things that they tend to provide children with, but a mother pie is a collection of things that we traditionally associate with mothers. So before I move along, I do want to give credit to Zorina Bolton. She is a wonderful therapist here in Austin, Texas, who worked with a friend of mine many years ago. My friend had lost her mother at the age of 3. And one of the things my friend talked to me about over the years as we got to know each other was a deep sense of loss that she had, not only for not having her own mother there, but for the types of things that mothers often do. My friend would ask me for advice on how to apply makeup, or advice on how to handle a first date with a new guy she was interested in. And she would often say to me, I wish my mom were alive, because I feel like these are the kinds of things that a mom would be good for, but I don't have one. And so what Zorina Bolton had said to her that was so incredibly helpful that I wanted to put out there for anyone who's in a similar situation is that if we think about, again, this idea of a pie, and that mothers have certain functions that they provide kiddos, that if for any reason you don't have a mom, maybe she passed away or you don't have contact with her, that you'll continue to have these needs even though she's no longer there. And so what can you do to see if those needs can be filled? And this also applies not only to people who have lost their mother, but also to people who have moms who maybe have some areas of weakness or deficit. Not everybody's good at everything. For example, when I was in college, I had a friend who had a great mom. She fulfilled a lot of the mother pie areas, but one thing her mom was not particularly good at was tending to her when she was sick. And my friend really liked the idea of kind of being fussed over when she was sick. So when my friend would get sick, she would call me up and ask if she could come hang out on my couch. And fussing over sick people is something I do pretty well, so she would come over and I'd put her up on my couch and fluff the pillows and make her tea and bring her chicken noodle soup. And so that was the comfort piece of a mother pie. Comfort and taking care of you when you're sick is something that we often, especially when we're little, associate with our moms. And I was able to fill in that piece of the pie for my friend, because even though her mother did a lot of other things, that wasn't something that she did particularly well. So the concept of a mother pie can be used not only if you've lost your mother, but if you have a mom who has some areas of deficit or some areas that she's not particularly good at. So the idea is just thinking about your relationship with your mother, if you have one, or the lack of relationship with your mother, and thinking about the places where you maybe feel you're missing something. And then looking outward in your community as you grow up, to teachers, to Girl Scout leaders, to mothers of friends, aunts, other women that you meet in college. They don't have to be older necessarily. And just noticing whether or not any of those women that you come in contact with have some qualities that you think might be lacking for yourself in your mother pie, and then really holding on to those relationships and really establishing that as a part of your support network, and in particular as a part of that mother pie, so that you're making sure that you have in place enough people who can provide you all of the functions that we typically associate with moms. And I made this mother pie. Everyone's might feel a little bit different, but what came to mind for me when I was thinking about some basic qualities that I tend to associate with motherhood, just to give you an idea, would be that moms are often hold you accountable. So they kind of call you on your stuff, hopefully in a gentle way, when they think that you're doing things that are not good for yourself. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. Maybe you're dating somebody who isn't the best for you. But hopefully a good mom is going to set some limits and encourage you to take care of yourself. Sticking up for you. So if your mom feels that someone's mistreating you, she may really advocate on your behalf. Cheerlead you. So if you need someone to cheer you on as you're training for that marathon, that could be a mom thing. Comfort, as I mentioned, with my friend who would come over and crash on my couch. Advice. Hopefully moms, have been there, done that. And so someone who can give you some advice on things that you might be going through for the first time. And then especially being a role model in regards to your gender, that women have a certain experience in the world that is unique to being female. So mom can help us to understand what our gender has to do with sort of how we move through society and the experiences that we have that are filtered through that lens of gender. So those were just some things that came to mind for me. You may have a different mother pie, but I would encourage you, if you don't have a mom or have a mom with whom you feel there are some things missing, if you sort of sit down maybe and make a list of the areas where you feel there might be deficits, and then think about the ways in which you might build some relationships to kind of fill in those gaps. So that's the concept, and I hope you find it helpful. Thanks.